You just walk through the front door after a long day. Your dog is there, waiting. But before they jump, before they grab a toy, they do something very specific. They drop their front elbows to the ground, arch their back, and give you a long, slow stretch. Most of us see this and think, oh, they must have just woken up, or they're just worked up and need to loosen their muscles. We see it as a physical necessity, like a human waking up from a nap. But behavioral neuroscience has a completely different story to tell. Behind that simple movement is a neurological event that has been 15,000 years in the making. Your dog isn't just stretching their muscles, they are performing a social stretch, a deliberate signal designed specifically for your nervous system. Today, we're going to decode the secret language of the stretch. We'll look at why your dog does this for you, but perhaps not for a stranger, the invisible marks they are leaving on your floor, and why this simple movement is actually the highest compliment a dog can pay to a human.
Let's look at the timing. If your dog were simply working out stiffness from sleep, why do they always seem to do it the exact moment you walk into the room? Why didn't they do it 5 minutes earlier while you were still in the driveway? Researchers in canine behavior have identified this as a social stretch. In the wild, animals are at their most vulnerable when they are stretching. Their guard is down, their vital organs are exposed, and their reaction time is slowed. For a dog to perform a full, deep stretch in front of you, they must first enter a state called a secure base effect. Your presence acts as a biological reference point. Just as a toddler uses a parent at the edge of a playground to feel brave enough to explore, your dog uses your arrival to reset their system. They feel so safe in your presence that they can afford to be physically vulnerable for those few seconds. It's a body language handshake that says, I am so relaxed by your return that I can let my guard down completely. Have you ever wondered if wolves do this when they greet each other in the pack? The answer, surprisingly, is no. This is where the science gets truly fascinating. Your dog isn't just a tame wolf. They're running a completely different set of biological software. In 2017, researchers at Princeton University found that domestic dogs have unique genetic variations in a region called chromosome 6. In humans, these same genetic markers are associated with extreme sociability and an almost compulsive drive to connect with others. Wolves don't have these variants. This means your dog was literally shaped at a cellular level to find human nearness biologically rewarding. When your dog stretches for you, they are using a learned communication that was evolved specifically for interacting with people. They are using their bodies to maintain proximity and connection because their DNA tells them that being near you is where they belong. There is a part of the stretch that you can see, but there is a much larger part that you can only smell, or rather that your dog's world perceives through scent. Dogs have over 300 million olfactory receptors in their noses, making scent their primary way of reading the world. But they also have scent glands in places we rarely think about, specifically between their paw pads. When your dog stretches and presses their paws firmly into the rug, the sofa, or right at your feet, they are doing more than finding balance. They are activating those glands to release pheromones. These are invisible chemical marks that say, this person belongs to my inner circle. It's not an aggressive territorial marking, it's a territory of comfort. They are essentially signing their name on your life, affirming that you are a safe space in their world. Every time they stretch near you, they are reinforcing the chemical handshake that binds your two species together. You might notice that your dog stretches for you the moment you walk in, but when a delivery person or a casual guest enters, they might bark, jump, or simply ignore them. Why the difference? Dogs are ruthlessly selective about who they co-regulate with. A 2024 study found that dogs and their owners actually synchronize their heart rate variability, HRV. When you are calm, your dog's nervous system mirrors that calm.
When your dog performs a social stretch for you, they're confirming your rank in their internal hierarchy. You aren't just the person who provides food, you're the person whose nervous system they trust to keep them safe. A stretch is a sign that their cortisol, the stress hormone, has dropped because you are home. They're quite literally exhaling with their whole body because the safest thing in their world has returned. Think about the stretch that happens the moment you wake up. You open your eyes and there they are, right next to your bed, performing that familiar bow. To a dog, sleep is a communal neurological event. For thousands of years, dogs and humans have slept together for protection. While you were unconscious and vulnerable, your dog was likely awake for hours, monitoring the environment with their superior hearing and scent. That morning stretch is a ritual. It's their way of saying, "You're back in my world now. I finished my guard duty, and now I can relax." It is a profound expression of trust. They are letting their guard down because they know that now that you are awake, the role of protector has shifted back to you. Have you ever tried to walk to the kitchen only to find your dog has decided to perform a massive, slow stretch right in the middle of the doorway? This isn't bad timing or clumsiness. It's strategy. Dogs are hyper-aware of spatial dynamics. They know exactly where you need to step and where your patterns take you. By stretching in your path, they are ensuring they become the absolute focus of your attention. They aren't begging for love in a desperate way. They are confidently asserting their importance in your life. They know that when they do this, you will likely stop, look down, and maybe give them a quick pat. Every time you pause for that stretch, you are confirming to their nervous system that their information signal has been received and that your bond is strong. So, what if your dog doesn't stretch when they see you? First, don't worry. It doesn't mean the love is gone. It might mean your house is a bit too chaotic, your schedule is unpredictable, or they simply haven't learned that the signal gets a response from you. You can rebuild this by simply slowing down. When your dog makes a small effort to connect, pause. Acknowledge it with a soft word or a gentle touch. When a dog stretches for you, they're showing you a neurological portrait of trust. They're telling you that out of everything in their environment, the food, the toys, the other animals, you are the most interesting, most useful, and most trusted thing in their world. That isn't poetry, that's data. If this changed how you see the shadow at your heels, hit the like button and subscribe. Does your dog sign their name on you with a stretch every morning? Let me know in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.